rough day. Rough night. The mental abuse is through the roof. The thought to skull, just off the charts. When you got a million voices in your head telling you the same thing, it's kind of like 10 credit agencies reporting the same bad credit. When all different voices are saying all the same things, it's just like witness testimony. They must be right. And it doesn't help when the subject of those words does nothing to assure the way you feel. Nothing to assure the way you feel. What's up, redneck? This program is so sickening. It is literally like acid dropped inside your body, and it just starts to eat away at everything. I woke up yesterday morning. The kitchen had water all over from that junk refrigerator that's not a year. I don't know if I told you guys the other night I was canning food. And the way I can food, when I pressure cook food, I'm a fast cooker. I ain't got time to wait. So if I cook eggs, I cook steak, no matter what it is, I'm on high. Turn it wide open. So with the pressure cooker, it's kind of like cast iron. It's aluminum, but it's the same. It acts kind of the same. Once it gets up to temperature, it'll hold that heat. So once I see it start to climb from 10 and go to 11, I come down from high down to medium, in between medium and medium low. So I saw it climbing, and I did what I always do. I dialed her back a little bit. Hold on a minute. So I went and sat down. Any other time, and this has been happening, but not to this extent. About 15 minutes later, now remember, I've turned it down, so it should no longer be climbing. It should level off and stay where it's at. 12 to 15 minutes later, I hear the pressure relief valve on the pressure canner. So I lost all the pressure. Now, the way I've described my house, because I'm a targeted individual, every electrical circuit in that house, and this is just me assuming here, has like a dimmer switch on it, where somebody can sit outside the house remotely and turn the stove up or turn it all the way down. Or just like when I'm outside vacuuming, the back porch, that's where I plug in my drop cord. If I turn on my shop vac, poof, pops a breaker. Anytime I'm trying to get something done, pops a breaker. So, as happened several times, but not to this extreme, the stove, when I turned it down, it cranked up. So I had to start all over. And then I woke up with the refrigerator pissing water all over the place. So I had to grab one of my freezers from out back and bring it in the house, one of my small studio refrigerators, and plug it up. Clean up the water, of course. At the same time I'm dealing with that, I'm dealing with the psychological abuse that this program puts on you. You guys have seen my relationship with the other one. She's just, her explanation was, Mom's having surgery. I'm going to go spend the night. So while she's driving up the road with her mother in the car, because I had to call her, she never calls me. She will never call me. So I call her, and I've been in those situations, you know, when somebody's on the line that nobody wants to talk to, or you're trying to pull the blanket over somebody's eyes, and you're like, hey, I'm going to talk, and you talk, and then you affirm what I say, and then I'll affirm what you say. I'm losing weight, JD. I need to lose weight. So, with her mother on the phone, it was like they were back and forth telling a narrative. Now, this could be 1,000,000% in my mind. Could be 100% in my mind. But then it might not be. I understand wanting to be there for your mom. But what gets me is Tina has 2 sisters and a brother. And they all live near her mother. Her mother lives an hour from my home. 1 hour away. But they can't help. One of her sisters is a nurse. They can't help. Her mother's husband, he can walk, talk, chew tobacco, go fishing, he can do all this stuff, but he can't help his own wife? Are you kind of getting what I'm saying? That it doesn't make sense? And listen, I'm damaged. I am broken. From the many 25 years of abuse from my ex-wife, cheating on me, running around on me, doing everything she could to rip my life, literally to try to get me to kill myself. It's hard to go off path, but when you have someone like the one I'm with, who puts 0 effort into reassuring me, it's just like she'll text me. She's like, oh, well, honey, I don't have service at Mom's house, so you won't be able to text or call me. I was like, well, you got Facebook. You could call me. Oh, that's right. Mom has internet. Well, golly gee, don't most people have internet? So what does that mean? That means she should be able to pick up the phone and call me from the internet. Did I get a phone call? Nah. Of course I didn't get a phone call. I hate living my life. I hate it. Trying to choke down the tears because I've been abused all night long. 24 hours, they have wrecked me. If you've never seen it, I do not like Anderson Cooper. I like anything days with headphones in. And those headphones had one person in his ear being mean to him. So one person was in Anderson Cooper's head when he had the headphones on saying, you're mean, you're bad, you're a son of a gun. And he showed him during work and when he's in social situations where he was just overwhelmed. He's like, I just don't know how people with schizophrenia can handle this. I understand now why they need to be medicated. The thing about targeted individuals, and here, let me ask a question for you. How can they make a pill that stops voices in your head? Think about that. How can they design a pill to stop an imaginary voice in your head? Have you ever thought about that? Because you can't go to the eardrum and cut it off because the voice is not in the eardrum. And that's what people don't understand. When I tell them about voice to skull, they think it's a voice whispering in my ear. No, it's a voice. It is a thought put in my head. It's through frequency, but it isn't received in the eardrum. Now they say it's on the inner ear, but it's a thought. They can put thoughts in your head. So Anderson Cooper did the study. You can Google it, watch it. He's like, I just don't understand. He said, I'm at my wit's end. I can't do this anymore. I can't concentrate. I can't focus. I'm never alone. With voice to skull, you are never alone. And it's not one person saying you're a bad guy. You're looking a little fat today. Oh, no. Because they're monitoring every second of every day of your life, they know what to say that is specific to you. Not only to what they see through you, because listen, I'll continue, then I'll come back. Not only do they know what to say to you about your current situations, like what's going on around you, they know what's going on right here. Just like I've told you how you can get in front of Facebook, you can get around your phone and think of one word just out of the blue, something that no one else would say in a million years, but you think that, and it will pop up in your Facebook feed. It will pop up, or somebody will just out of the blue say it to you when it's never been said. Because they're monitoring our minds. That's craziness. They can't read your mind. The same people who say they can't read your mind are the same people who say only God can control the weather. So, with this one voice, it drove Anderson Cooper nuts. He's like, oh yeah, I understand now. We need to give out medication. How do they make a medication to take voices away? Now, here's the thing about targeted individuals. A targeted individual that's having a weapon being used on him, the medicine ain't gonna stop the weapon. What, the medicine's gonna fly over there and shut down the satellite that the weapon's bouncing signals off of? No. So a targeted individual has no recourse. You're crazy, but we can't even give you medicine to help you. And I wouldn't take it anyway. That's like giving somebody a pill because it's raining outside. If you take this pill, it'll stop raining on you. I promise. Just take the pill. We've got millions of dollars in studies that says if you take this pill, it's not going to rain on you anymore. So, with these thoughts, they're monitoring my thought. They know my response to the thought they're putting in my head without it coming out of my mouth. And this is where the Bible comes in clutch. Because the Bible says to take all thoughts captive. All thoughts captive. In other words, grab that thought, lock it away, study it, and then go from there. If it isn't holy and of God, it isn't good and to the edifying of God, then it's an evil thought. One voice in my head talking smack is Candyland. When you got 5 of them at one time picking on you in your mind, you can't have 1,000 middle school bullies on top of you that's worse. Because you can't say, well, you don't bother me. Well, they know what you're thinking. So, you can't lie to them. So, of course, the thoughts in my head that they're putting in me, oh yeah, Tina's got a place to live. She's just going either with the man, with the girl, with the boy. She's with somebody finding a new place to stay. That's what she's doing. And they amplify that thought. Because I'm on my own. When me and Tina are done, I'm on my own. God's going to have to provide one or the other, but it's going to suck. Because Tina and I are a pretty good team. I handle the home front, she handles the outside front. And I buy, sell, wheel, and deal and trade. But all my money keeps everything afloat, keeps everything moving, gets extra money for us. Our bills really aren't that much. Our bills aren't but like $1,500 a month. Now, with the rental prices where we're at, what's up, Miss Gabby? The rental prices where I'm at right now for a 2-bedroom house or apartment in Catawba County right now, that's anywhere from $900 to $1,500 a month. So you got to have your first month, your last month, and the first month. That's $4,000 to move into a place. We ain't got that. And I'll be the first to tell you, Tina's life gets a lot easier if I'm out of it. Because they're attacking me, yes. But they control her as well. She just don't see it. She don't get it. She doesn't understand they control everything she does. And the simplest way to control her is put her to sleep or create an addiction. Her cell phone's her addiction. She gets off work at 11:30 at night when she works night shift. She'll sit on the front porch for 3 hours and pass out. And I have to come out there and wake her up. And then she gets mad at me for waking her up. Now, if it's earlier and I'll go in there, I'll go outside within an hour and wake her up. She'll come inside, pick something to drink, sit down on her bed, play with her phone, and then she'll go right back outside to smoke again. And I'm like, when I tell you guys, people's hearts won't let them accept what they know in their mind. When I tell you that I have counted the sentences that's said to me on a weekly basis. Imagine this. You're number one person in your life, and on a weekly basis, you can count how many words they said to you. Could you do that? See, I'm a very affectionate person, very loving person. I like to cuddle, I like to do all that good stuff. I like to talk. Hey, how's your day? Tell me what's going on in your world. I don't get that. The only time she's in a car with me is when we go to the doctors. That's it. She doesn't ride in a vehicle with me other than that. And Redneck, it ain't what the heart won't accept. My heart knows it. But I'm between a rock and a hard place. I know the end's coming really soon. Now, granted, most women, so don't misunderstand me here. Most women have a backup plan. The crap hits the fan, most women have a place to go. Okay? The problem is, if because Tina's family, they do not like me. Tina was their captor before me. They controlled her. They wanted Tina living at home so they could get her money to pay the bills. Because she's a worker. That's what she does. She finds solace in work. Slave mentality, yes. But she thinks she's put on this earth to be a slave. So they wanted that control. When she met me and I'm pointing out the points of manipulation, she's like, that makes sense. You think? So they lost that control over her. So instead of holding the people accountable who had that control. It was my fault because I opened her eyes. You just don't want me to be around my family. You just don't want me to. No, I don't want you to be hurt. You're just jealous of my family. Yep, I am. Because the Bible says, God says, it is God first, then your spouse, then your children, and your family's down here at round number 5. You see, with me, I have never been number 1. Thank you, Redneck, and I appreciate that. I have never known what it's like to be number 1, ever. I have never known what it's like for somebody to stare at you and just be in awe of you. Just want to spend every waking moment with you. Oh, you want to see what gang stalking is? Look at this. You guys know how they love to mess up my hunting, and here I am, look. Buck hunter. He's got a dead deer on the tailgate of his truck, and the tag says Buck Hunter. Boy, that ain't directed towards me. Oh, that's a coincidence. Of course, coincidence. Gang stalkers love to use stickers on their cars, different plates. They love that. Now he turns off. As soon as I say it, he turns off. Rubbing that in. They're still rubbing the hunting in on me where they keep me from hunting. So, I've never been, so I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be the center of someone's affection. I've always been the one, hey, ride or die, you're my girl, ride or die, I'm with you. I'm here to take care of you, to comfort you, to hold you, to love you, protect you. That's my job. I don't get that back. It's always somebody more important than me. And you know, the worst part is, my kids treat me the same way too. Their mother has done everything in their power to wreck their lives and my life, but they just open arms. I love you, Mommy. She can do no wrong, but I'm the bad guy. You're tough. I'm like, what? Am I tough? Absolutely. Because all the people like to ridicule and say, oh, this ain't real, they couldn't last 1 hour in my shoes. They couldn't. This is why this program is so effective, because I would guess that 90% of the people, 90% of the people, when they enact this program, die within an hour, 2 hours max. Why? Because they kill themselves. Boop, done. Because it's harder for somebody to convince you you're crazy than it is for you to convince yourself you're nuts. Because once they start putting them voices in your head, you're like, what the hell? I know I'm not crazy, but then it sets in, oh my God, I'm crazy. Never, not 1 second did I question my mental health. Not 1 second. I knew it was a war on me as soon as it started. Population, if take that with you. So it's been a long, hard road. So they just start getting me going. And listen, I know that gang stalkers, it's AI. AI controls the majority of it. There are people that walk in human flesh that work on this too. AI's the main. AI handles all the hacking, all the whacking, all the stacking. AI arranges the people at the certain places. AI controls all of that. Okay? Not a doubt in my mind about that. You know how easy it is to comfort somebody? Just, hey babe, thinking about you. I love you. That can calm a tornado in somebody's life. That could calm a storm in anybody's life. Just that right there. I can't count how many times that just a smile from a stranger kept me from offing myself. It is so evil what's happening. It's like I've been, and they love, as soon as they start hitting me with these thoughts, they go straight to YouTube. YouTube is waiting for me when I get there. Because everything I can show you my YouTube right now, and everything is wife cheating on husband, girlfriend cheating on husband, wife playing husband, wife taking everything from husband, wife leaving husband homeless, wife doing this, wife doing that, just non-stop. The algorithm changed. Whoop, whoop. Because AI is controlling it. So if somebody says, hey man, the sky is green. The sky's not freaking green. You're nuts. And then you go to the TV and you see 1,000 videos of the sky turning green. You're like, what? Is the sky green? What? The sky's green? Is it? No, what? They reinforce what they've already planted. That's how this program works, is they keep piling on. It isn't the initial thought of, maybe you need to off yourself. It's the other 4 or 5 voices behind that thought saying, yeah, it's probably for the best. You know, you're a hindrance, and people just, people are worried about you, that you shouldn't bother them like that. Just do it for everybody. Give me a second. Let me do this real quick. I'll be right back. So, and it would be, you know what? I remember when I used to be in love, and I hate talking on the telephone. I remember when I was in love, when I was younger, that if I couldn't be with the person I loved, that I just want to sit on the phone and talk to them. Now, yes, I've grown up and I'm not that, that much of a little whoop boy now, but if I can't be with you, honey, I just want to hear your voice. If I can't see you, honey, I just want to talk to you. I want to know what's on your mind. Can't get that. But here's the thing that gets me the most work, especially my situation. Every person at Tina's work's got her phone number. Every employee down to the last. I said, employees shouldn't have your phone number. The employees where you work at should not have your phone number. They should talk to other people, not you. When you're off work, you're off work. But when her phone will get answered every time it beeps or rings, she's answering that phone. Unless it's me. And when it's me, there ain't no answer. None. I was kind of aiming at commenting because she said she can't see. Yeah, and she's being manipulated so bad that she has no freaking clue. She has no clue what's going on. So, they fried the refrigerator. I came outside today and I've got something out in the building that's plugged up, that has to stay plugged up, and it was turned off. I didn't turn it off. Ain't nobody been at the house to turn it off, but I didn't turn it off, but it turned off. And that could result in loss of revenue, this thing being turned off. I got my air compressor for my Ranger yesterday. It came in the mail. Anybody want to guess what's up with it? Anybody want to guess that it's the wrong one? So I called the little Indian in India, and I'm like, hey, this is the wrong one. Oh, I am sorry. We will have to send you a shipping label. I said, tell you what. I said, why don't you send me a new one now? And I'll ship this one back, send the shipping label with that new one, and I'll send it back when the other one comes in. Oh, no, I am sorry. We will send you a shipping label, and it should arrive back, and we'll be able to refund your money in 16 more days. I said, what? I said, I've already waited about 15 days. So you've had my money for 15 days. Now you sent me the wrong item. Now I've got to send it back. It's going to be 15 more days. That's 30 days without my money. And then I'm going to have to wait another 12 to 15 days for them to send the right one or for them to make a refund to give me the right one. So it's the heat of the summer. It is 95 degrees in North Carolina right now. 95 degrees. And thank God there's not a cloud in the sky. There will be soon because they're getting ready to stripe it up like they always do. But here I am, emotionally wrecked. They give me a nerve medicine, and somehow the prescription got messed up a month ago, and I haven't had it in a month. It went from, it's diclofenac. It's a nerve pill. So with that nerve pill, it helped my shoulder because it deadened the nerve that's being wrecked in my shoulder. So my doctor, I don't know why, I was getting 100 milligrams a day. And then for some reason she said, oh, well, I'm going to cut you back. I'm like, why? That's very effective in my life. So then she cuts me back to 25 milligrams. Like, I said, this is pointless now. And then she said, and I keep begging her, hey, you got to go back. You got to change this. You got to change it. I mean, I've got Medicaid now, so I get a little bit of help. I said, you got to change it. You got to change it. You got to go back up. I'm suffering. Why am I taking anything if it's not going to help at all? I might as well take nothing and suffer like I was before. Oh, okay. So then she sends a prescription in. I go to the pharmacy to get it, and the pharmacy says, oh, well, you don't have authorization to get it. I said, what? What do you mean authorization? Yeah, you need prior authorization from your doctor. I said, but the doctor filled out the prescription. Doesn't that mean I'm authorized to take it if a doctor fills out a prescription? Oh, well, Medicaid needs the authorization from your doctor. I said, what? Why can't you just send them the prescription from the doctor to Medicaid? It's like everything in my life is 1,000 speed bumps taller. Makes no sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense when you know what's going on with my life. When I'm getting ripped apart and, attempted to be killed. And you know how much it takes just to calm me down? Honey, it's going to be okay. Or, honey, thanks so much. Appreciate you working so hard. Anything comforting, babe. I love you. Just anything to soothe the beast. I think every person in this country, because I think every person in this country should have to have my headphones on for 24 hours and have 5 voices yelling and screaming at them. Every person should be required to deal with that. Because then they'll understand when somebody that's around them is acting a certain way, they'll be able to spot it. Not spot it to say, hey, that some gun's nuts and he's dangerous, we need to get him locked up. But, hey, I need to step in and talk to somebody. Because they say, this lone bang person went up to this public place where children are and they did bad things. Well, there's always clues. But if you notice, every time with all these school things that are happening, have you realized there's always warnings? People always called in and reported the person was talking about this, was said they were going to do it. And the feds go, oh, well, he just didn't react fast enough, did we? No, you supplied the weapons for him. It's like the Uvalde shooting. They arrested the police chief in Uvalde and his second in command. Arrested them for the kids getting hurt. Like 18 counts. A lot more than 18 died. What about all the other cops that were there? Dereliction of duty that would not run in. What about the cops that arrested the parents that wanted to run in there and save their own children? What about them? Nope. So, yeah, I'm emotionally spent because my back's against the wall. And even my children, they don't get it. All they do is they see their tough, hardworking dad that wants to give them everything that I can. That's all they see. And if I dare start talking and telling them how I feel, oh, Dad, you just shouldn't be negative. What? Saw my daughter yesterday. My youngest daughter yesterday. We got in. Her and I had arranged to do something, that was beneficial to both of us. And I get everything set up to do it. And then she backs out the last minute. I said, what do you mean you're backing out? I said, you realize it's going to cost twice as much in the future to do it if I can't do it myself now? Way to manipulate me, Dad. And I'm like, by telling you the truth, that's manipulation? I said, okay, well, we just won't talk about it then. Now, these are from, and listen, I love my kids. I'll do anything in the world for my daughters. I will do anything they want me to do. I will be there for them no matter what. But when they pick up that phone for the dumbest thing in the world, Daddy races over and Daddy comes and Daddy fixes. But if I ask for one little thing, nah, I'm busy, Dad. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm like, what? I always taught my kids that you help people, you do things for people, you be there for people, you help people in need. That's what you do. This is like my oldest daughter. They were coming over to bring the grandbaby over on Sunday to see me, spend some time with me. So I had something to do earlier in the day. I said, listen, I'll race home. Tell me when you're on the way over, and I'll race home. She said, okay. She said, okay, Dad, we're on the way over. I said, okay. So I go home and I wait. And I wait and I wait and I wait. And it took them like an hour to get there. I was like, where'd you go? Well, my car was dirty, so I went and paid $30 his car wash. And look how bad it looks. I said, you paid what? I give $30 to the car wash. And look how bad it looks. I said, why didn't you just give me that $30 and let me wash your car? Huh? I said, I need money. Why didn't you let your dad do it right? Your dad could have done a $250 job for $30, and your car would have been nice, and I would have had a little money in my pocket. But nobody, it's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I don't get it. But things are getting ready to change one way or the other for me. And it's probably going to get to the point where I ain't even got a cell phone. Because things are getting ready to be bad. I don't want them to be bad. But I know that I am not even top 5 priority in anyone's life that is in my circle. It's pretty much what bridge is Dad sleeping under tonight? That'll be it. What is he ever under this bridge or that bridge? He's probably out in the woods somewhere. It won't be Dad come spend a night here. Because they have to believe it to believe it. And my daughters have seen the proof. I mean, they've seen it and they're like, oh my God, that plane wrote your name in the sky, Dad, because my daughters know what my signature looks like. Yes, Dad, that plane wrote your signature. Now, they can believe that a plane would write my name in the sky. They can believe that. But they can't believe the littlest things like, they came in the house and fried the refrigerator, or they fried the dash lights out my truck, or go through 10 flat tires in 2 days, or somebody let all the oil out of your vehicle. They can't believe none of that. An airplane flying your name in the sky, then that's possible right there, because I saw it with my own eyes. But all these little things happening, no, that's your imagination. Anyway, guys, pray for me. I'm not in a good place. I'm not in a good place. Even chickens laugh at me. Have a good day.